You are interested in cybersecurity, and this is the year for you to start. My name is Julian. I'm a cybersecurity consultant at a Big Four, and I'm currently doing cybersecurity less than a year. And I'll show you exactly the same roadmap that I used that ended up not only making me good in cybersecurity to some extent, but to also get a job that I always wanted to be in. Now, welcome to my channel. If you haven't been in my channel before, I basically break down nuanced cybersecurity concepts. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly the step-by-step roadmap to literally start cybersecurity in 2026. Now, before I start, I would like to make a disclaimer. This video that you're watching right now is probably biased because it's a very specific roadmap that I've been through. Other people might have different types of experiences. However, I'm going to share you my experience, and hopefully through my experience, you're able to achieve the same thing. Now, when it comes to cybersecurity, as I mentioned in the introduction, I've been doing it less than a year, like honestly. In fact, my bachelor's degree was an international business bachelor's in international business, and then when I did my master's, and the master's is only a year for me, I did a master's in cybersecurity, which basically qualified me to do cybersecurity in less than a year. But let me explain you to how I was able to exponentially increase my learning as well as my skills and knowledge when it comes to cybersecurity and information technology. Now, when it comes to cybersecurity, you have to understand that cybersecurity is a specified domain of information technology. Now, information technology is a huge ecosystem. There are so many domains in information technology, and cybersecurity is just one of them, but also in cybersecurity, there are multiple domains. Now, my roadmap when I started cybersecurity, I had no experience whatsoever in information technology or computer science or coding or any type of technology or computer science for that matter. And so when I started my master's in cybersecurity, I would first like to say that I was so surprised that I was able to even do my master's without having any type of prerequisite. Now, if you're watching this video and you have, even it's not even about masters, even if you have no technical experience whatsoever and you're doing a bachelor's in computer science, it's the same thing. You can literally apply it. Now, when I started cybersecurity and computer science, it is absolutely essential for you to know the basics, without a doubt. Currently, in my job scope, I realize that there are so many things when it comes to the basics that I still need to brush up. But no worries, don't worry, because cybersecurity is a ever-ending or never-ending learning curve. And so my advice is, and this is the same thing what I did, when I started my studies in cybersecurity, that was the exact same time when I did my professional certificates. Now, these certificates that I recommend you to do when you're starting out in cybersecurity are only the following three. The first one is the ISC2CC certification. Now, ISC2 is an international training provider. They have all sorts, types, and different types of professional certification. But why IS2CC? Because firstly, it's the introduction to the basics of cybersecurity. It covers all these specific domains in cybersecurity, and it's not that hard for you to pass it because the passing benchmark is at least 700 out of 1,000, so at least 70%. And so it is much harder than the other certificates, but most recently, and this is also the reason why I really want to push you guys to take the certificate, most recently they have insane offers. I did the IS2CC 100% for free. The training provider, for whatever reason, I think they had some discount or whatsoever, they basically provided not the training, the exam. They provided the exam entirely for free. And so honestly, check that out. Covers all the domains. It's the perfect way for you to get into cybersecurity. Now, the second professional certificate, or the second certification for the fundamentals and introduction to cybersecurity, is CompTIA Security Plus. I I'm asking you guys to take this. If you want to work for a good company in IT and cybersecurity, whether it's a big four or a bank or a very top tech company, you have to, and I'm literally saying this, you have to get a certificate similar to the qualifications of CompTIA Security Plus. Now, I could argue that IS2CC is enough, but I just don't know because my first certificate was the CompTIA Security Plus, and I can't tell you how much it has helped me during my application processes. Because I want you guys to imagine that for an internship, especially for an internship where you have up to 1,000 candidates applying for the same role, you need something that makes you stand out, and certification is the first thing that will make you stand out. So get the CompTIA Security Plus. It's very similar to the IS2CC. It covers all domains similarly to the IS2CC. However, it's a bit more difficult because the passing benchmark for CompTIA Security Plus is at least 850 out of 1,000. So at least 85%. The third certificate, if you are starting out in cybersecurity, but you are, going a bit slowly, you don't want to increase your pace, you want to take it easy, you want to smoothly, put yourself into cybersecurity, I would recommend you to do the Google Cybersecurity Fundamentals because it's honestly very similar to CompTIA Security Plus as well IS2CC. However, it's not that, strict, and it's not that high of expectations when you want to pass the certification, but it also comes with the downside that people don't really see that as an industry standard. But hey, it's honestly a very good way for you to at least jump into cybersecurity. Now, once that you brush up your foundations and fundamentals, then my advice is to pick a field that you're interested in. It doesn't have to be a very specific job. For example, you don't have to tell yourself, okay, I'm going to be an ethical hacker. You don't have to know that, but at least know the direction that you want to go into. Okay, for example, I would like to go into the operations. That might include blue team, that might include offensive security, that might include ethical hacking, that might include, I don't know, penetration testing. At least have that field in mind, right? Another field as an example is compliance, which is exactly what I was doing. I was thinking to go into the direction of GRC, compliance, IT audit, and mainly because I wasn't, or still aren't, that technically skilled in cybersecurity. So I thought that was perhaps the field that was more appropriate to me. Now, it really depends, what type of field you choose to, but make sure that you at least align yourself towards the field. I promise you, if you have the foundations in cybersecurity, it's much easier for you to uncover which field you want to. My personal advice before I started my entire cybersecurity journey, I was so fixated on being, I don't know, an ethical hacker that over time when I did the foundations and basics of cybersecurity, I realized, oh shoot, there's so many other domains and ethical hacking is not really my cup of tea. In fact, other stuff are my cup of tea. And so that's why I suddenly, when I uncovered and learned more about cybersecurity, then slowly I kind of narrowed and filtered out what my path is. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was a very basic foundation, first steps, roadmap 2026. If you have any questions or there are specific areas you want me to go more in depth, just let me know. I'll make another video. I'll make a follow-up video. I'm glad to make these videos. If you enjoyed this for whatever reason, do like and subscribe. If you have any questions, mention it in the comment section. I read every single comment and I'll answer every single comment. Just leave it down below. And otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video.